I'm back. So this whole ordeal has turned into a daggum, man. I'm telling you, it's turned into a mess. I mean, it's a lot of work, um, but it's just crap that needs to be done. So here I am doing it. I'm gonna flip you around here and show you what all I got going on. So as you can see, I took all this out. This is the B pillar C channel. Cleaned this up. Got the weather stripping out. The weather stripping on this car is in really bad shape to begin with, so that right there looks like this thing's been wrecked before or something right there. I don't know. I haven't looked at the other side to see if it matches. But so I took all this out. So show you my pieces. Overlook the mess. So I got to clean this piece up. This is the A pillar on the right side. So I got to clean this piece up. For those that didn't know, Ford, these pieces are actually anodized black from factory. I didn't know that until I got to looking, and which I think is kind of neat, because I'm assuming Ford did that to keep them from, being all corrosive and stuff. So here's the B pillar for the driver's side. I'm going to have to sand this down and paint it. It looks like it was painted trim color. So I cleaned it up pretty good. It's probably good enough to go back in. Here's the other A pillar. Right here. It's already cleaned up. Here's the other B pillar on the other side. I got to sand it down. It's got some clear silicone on it, on this lip right here, where somebody years ago had trouble with this thing leaking, and so they just glued the crap out of everything. Here's this side. It's crazy how much gap, is in here from all the stuff missing around the window. And these windows were adjusted pretty good. But, man, that's just nuts. So I got to go back in here and put in the, I think it's called butyl rope. And I ended up getting the wrong stuff. What I had seen online was people using 1/4-inch butyl underneath the molding. And I thought they was talking about 1/4-inch butyl rope. So I got the rope, which is pretty fat. I could probably squish it down and make it work, but I think I need the 1/4-inch butyl tape, which is thin. It's probably 1/16, 3/32 thick and 1/4-inch wide. I think I really need that. So I may take that back and see if I can find some of the other. Here's the moldings. This is the front part. These are already painted. I got the trim paint from Late Model Restoration, and I don't like it. I'm going to be honest with you. It's got me. I have half a can and it's already sputtering and carrying on. So I just sprayed this. This is the driver's side A pillar trim. So it's kind of hard to tell. I got a bunch of crap on my shelves and in the floor. Me and my cousin had bought a car and flipped it, and we had a bunch of parts left over. So they're kind of piled up in the floor along with my wash buckets and some old tool bags that I had that I need to go through and throw away. So here's the other A pillar piece. I got it in primer. I'm using the Rust-Oleum high build sandable primer on this. I hope it works out pretty good, because I'd hate to have to strip these things later on. So we shall see. And this is the only grease and wax remover I could find at the local store here. So seems to be working all right, but we'll see. That looks kind of goofy sitting like that, huh? Getting some snow outside. Got the door cracked so I don't die from paint fumes. Got my little pawn shop heater, works pretty good. So anyhow, get my finger out of the way. So that's it for now. I'm still in the process of, like I said, man, this is, whenever you go doing something like this, unless your trim and everything is already mint and the paint's good on it, I'm the type, if I start doing something, I don't want to half-ass do it. So I want to, like, if the trim looks bad, I want to go ahead and make it look good. Because once you put the weather stripping on, it's hard to get this stuff off. And once I get the weather stripping on it, I don't want to take it off. I want to leave it on. Now, when I go to paint the car, eventually, some of this stuff I'll probably take back out. Luckily, it's got rivets that hold it in and clips that hold it in and screws. So it won't be too bad taking back out for final paint. But for now, I want to get it back together. And it's looking like probably another, golly, at least a week worth of work here before I get this thing back together. And that's count. Hey, what's up, guys? So I finally got the driver's side done. I still have to glue down the A-pillar, possibly. I'm not sure if I'm going to actually put any glue on that or not. It's in there pretty good, and I don't see it coming out. I'm going to flip you around and show you what I've got done so far. And I'm going to do... I finally got the brand new weather stripping in for the right side because the one that come in the kit was in pretty bad shape. So I finally got the right side in. I'm going to probably go ahead and get it set today, possibly. It depends on how much time I have. But I'm going to flip you around and show you what I got done. Alright. Zoom out. So, see, all new seals, all new retaining clip for the headliner. The only thing about this headliner that I probably could have done better, but didn't really have a choice, is that the way that it's cut out, and see, this was already pre-glued onto it, but the way it's cut out is, in order to get it to seat up here, right, I had to push it forward a little bit. By doing that, you can see right here, you see how that sticks out? Okay, that's probably about maybe 3/16 of an inch. It sticks out toward the front of the car versus being even. I don't like that. I did glue it already though, so I'm thinking about actually taking it back loose and see if I can't shift it back a little bit, because it's causing issues right here. Now, this is black, okay, but I'm gonna order the brand new pieces for this, because these are all broke and cracked, and that hole right there is, look right in there, it's like cracked, about ready to bust out. So I'm gonna go ahead and put brand new trim pieces on it, all four. But anyhow, we give you a rundown. There's the B pillar. This is not glued in, but it does have the pin, push pin in it. Now I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do here. I think I'm going to probably wrap it around and put a little bit of glue inside of there to hold it to it. This side over here, what I done was this foam rope, or as Ford calls it, a bolster. Okay, that bolster is ran all the way up the A-pillar, all the way to the edge, and it's got two little pieces of this that I cut off that sticks in here, so this holds its shape. So what I done was I cut it off flush. So see if you can get you around. See that right there? So I cut that off flush, and I think that's going to be good, because when you close the door, see that? You got a nice solid seal here. And here's the deal. The window was not adjusted to the new weather stripping. It's only adjusted to the old weather stripping. So I'm pretty sure if you look right there, I'm pretty sure once I get the actual T-top glass in it, and I'm going to have to adjust the back of this window up. Because another way you can tell is when you look at the sticker here for the seat belts, well, typically that sticker should be seen. And so I'm thinking that once I get this adjusted up some to fill in that gap right here, that's going to be where it should be. And that's not anything huge. That's just kind of a small indicator that the glass is still sitting a little low. So we go over here and I'll show you the T-top. So overlook the heater. It's like 30 degrees here, and I got the door wide open, and buddy, I tell you, that little Ready heater 55 with diesel in it, it'll make you sweat in here. All right, back to the T-top. So here's the T-top. This piece right here, a long time ago, when I was young and not very smart, I put gray interior in the car and took all the Canyon red out because I didn't like red at the time. Once I realized how rare the car was, I decided to put all red interior back in it. So that's what I done. But in the meantime, I painted all the trim pieces up, like the inside A pillar and all the T-top pieces. I painted them black. It looks like crap. So now I'm having to go back and repaint them Canyon red. And this looks so much better. Get you around. Put the brand new foam seal in it. Seals are really nice. I just used Gorilla Super Glue. I know if you watch the LMR impact, it says impact, so that's what I said. If you watch the LMR video says to use some sort of plastic epoxy. That right there I think is going to work fine. If not, I'll take it back off and put some sort of plastic epoxy on it. But I think it's that piece of foam is on there good. Before I put it on there, I took some sandpaper and a razor blade and scraped it, and I sanded it real good, and then I took some grease and wax remover and wiped it off real good and cleaned it. So I don't think that's ever going to come off. If it does, those things are cheap to buy, and you can get that clear epoxy or black whatever dirt cheap. I probably have some actually that I bought for my Ford truck out there. All right, so anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the T-top glass in it and start focusing on the other side. Once I get the glass in, I'll get another video of how everything looks. So see you guys in a minute. All right, so I got the glass in it. I still have to paint this. I want you to look at something right here. You see how misaligned that is? See how far that needs to drop? How far that needs to drop. You could also see it. Look at that gap right there. Now part of that is because this seal, where this is not lined up right, the seal is sticking up. But also this part right here that goes on the T-top glass is they're not very good, to be honest. I mean, it's kind of like deformed. It's kind of arched up a little bit. And it looks like it should be flat. Like it should be flat across. I don't know. I got to do some adjustments on this thing though. You can also feel it whenever you open the door. You can feel it right here. Like that part of the weather stripping is not pushed down good. It's pushed down tight in the back, and over here you can see when I push on it, you can see that it's not really, like it's not tight at all, which tells me that the glass needs to go down. Now one of my big concerns I already see that I'm not going to like, you see that? When you push the T-top glass in, it's rubbing that felt really, really hard. So I have a feeling it's going to end up wearing that thing out pretty quick. So I'm going to order brand new plastic trim pieces, and then I'm going to probably get those aluminum pieces that you can buy that goes on the T-top itself, that centers up the rods better, that takes that slack out. I think doing that, I could fix all that issue right there. I don't think I'll have any issues getting all that stuff lined up right. We'll see. But this is going to wrap it up for part 2. I got to put everything together, get it cut, edit it, but this will be the final video for part 2. So that being said, we'll see you guys in part 3. Peace.